This is a hard video for me to make. Uh, One of our beloved manga creators, Akira Tomiyama, has passed away. Apparently, passed away on March 1st, and we've already had the burial and all that stuff because he's a very private man. I don't think he ever really went to many conventions in Japan. I don't know. I know he might have come over to the States a couple of times, so I don't know if he ever went to any conventions or anything like that. But there are certain I'm not a type of person who like sought afters to meet celebrities. I enjoy the works that they do, but I'm not one of those people that I gotta get their signature. I gotta meet them and stuff like that. Would it be awesome to talk to them? Yes, it would be. There are very few people that I would want to actually meet, and have a like a even a short short conversation with. Peter Collin would be one of them. Akira Toriyama would be another one. Dragon Ball for me was it was a massive for me when I was growing up in the late '90s, early '90s. Sorry, early '90s. I remember getting you know clips of Gohan when he went Super Saiyan 2, and you know finding the websites and going to school and loading it up on the computer and showing all my friends, because at the time Goku had barely even gotten Super Saiyan. I think at the time, like in America, I mean, in Japan, by 95, 96, we had Dragon Ball GT, so the entire thing had been seen already, and plus the manga had already been done years prior to that. So, and it only had just been being translated and brought over to America. So, it's a friend of mine who writes a fan fiction called Dragon Ball V, who brought it over to Magic Planet way back in 08, 09, and was posting new chapters and stuff on the channel as well as the site that he posted it on. And and he sent me, he's actually the one who notified me. I wouldn't even have seen this until probably, I would have seen it, but it would have been tomorrow because I just got back from the movie. Me and Mr. J went and recorded our movie, but it was super late and my phone was almost dead. So I figured we will just do it. We'll do it here tomorrow in the afternoon. And I was actually gonna record another video, what's in the box, because I did get something today, and I just happened to look at my Facebook and I got a message. I don't know who sent me a message. I don't check my Facebook Messenger all that much, and I looked and I saw a message and he sent me an image, and it was an image of the translation from Bird Studio that put out talking about that he had passed away on March 1st, and that it was basically a blood clot, is what a blood clot, probably close to the heart or something like that, and he was only 68 years old, man. I mean, today's day and age, that's young. As old as I feel sometimes at 41, 68 is nothing. And being that this is also the 40-year anniversary for Dragon Ball, and we got Dragon Ball Daima coming out, I think this summer or something like that. There's other rumors that there were other things, and then there's also the Dragon Ball Super manga, which finally is starting to get good. And I know you guys might be confused, like, well, the channel is called Major Planet, but I almost never talk about Dragon Ball on the channel. And the reason I decided to do that was simply because I thought at the time that there were way better Dragon Ball creators out there that were doing a better job than I felt I could do at the time. So I wanted to focus on other things that I enjoyed in life, which I do enjoy a lot of different, fandoms and stuff like that. But Dragon Ball for me was always a go-to, was always my jam. Like, I mean, I could talk for hours about everything Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, GT, Super, the movies. I could talk about all of it. But I just never felt like I could mass an audience on YouTube talking about Dragon Ball, because I feel like I would be like a small pebble in this giant sea of creators that are been doing this for several years now, and have like because I'm not the type of person who's going to be on forums I used to do that way back when I was younger, but I don't have the time to be like on Twitter and on forums and Discord channels and all these different things, and be communicating with all these different people and part of the community, and to the point where people see you as an expert in the content. Even though I probably could debate probably the best of them. When it comes to my knowledge of Dragon Ball and my love for the franchise. I mean, I have an entire section of my display back here, which I don't have any lights on because they're not installed, but I have like a whole section of Dragon Ball, like Funko Pops, SH figures. I mean, I have posters. I own the whole DVD sets. I used to, back in the day, had all the English VHS sets. I mean, there's several figures of Dragon Ball, like statues and stuff like that, because I mainly only collect the statues that I planning on getting this year and stuff like that. And also, because this was the 40-year anniversary, I was going to start doing some more Dragon Ball content, mostly the toy reviews and like reviews of statues and stuff like that I get, and going back and doing some of the older stuff that I have that I just never did videos for, because I don't know, it's weird. I just felt I didn't feel confident at the time when I created this channel that I could do Dragon Ball content justice, and I focused more on Transformers and gaming and Marvel and stuff like that in movies than I did like anime, because I just felt like I would be like I don't know, I just didn't feel like it was the space that I could like wiggle into, and I just was like, I didn't collect as many anime stuff at the time. It was just mainly Dragon Ball, so I didn't feel like Dragon Ball and Transformers really mixed well together. Even though the channel's called Majin Planet, it's just, I'm weird like that. Yeah, I know it's weird. But with it being the 40-year anniversary, I was definitely gonna be. I hate the fact that the first video that I have to make this year about Dragon Ball is about the death of the creator of the franchise that I love so much. It just hurts so much, and part of me wants to go, this is a joke. This has got to be a joke. But before I even hit record or anything, I looked on my laptop, my computer, I checked. I was on I found a link to the official website. When I clicked on it, it was a 404 not found. And I was like, okay, something's up here. So then I went on YouTube and I checked some, I Geeked Him 101 and a couple other creators. They made videos already and saying that it wasn't a hoax, that it was official from Bird Studio. And then I went to I went to a couple Twitter's accounts for Dragon Ball, like the official Dragon Ball one, and even like checked all the news, and it made news actually, like it's like CNN and all that stuff. It's making the news right now, so it's not a hoax. It's not a joke, because it would be a really bad joke if it was. But it just it makes you. I don't want to make this video and make it like, because also March is, a really good friend of mine passed away 2 years ago, and he was also a fan of Dragon Ball too. I don't we would sometimes talk about it at work and stuff like that, and everything. And so hearing about this at the same time that remembering my friend, it's just Southpaw 87, for those of you wondering, was my friend. He had a YouTube channel here and stuff like that, and I planned on making a video, like a short little like video of a remembrance video of him, but I'm getting some of my friends and of him and make like little like messages and stuff like that, just little remembrance of him. But it doesn't feel real to me. It doesn't. It just hurts that the first video that I'm making is about this, and I owe him a lot. This channel owes him a lot. Like Majin Planet would not exist without him. Yeah, the original creator of the channel, or of the website Majin Planet, Majin Mebs and Corrupted Avatar and Prince Majin Trunks and all the other content creators. That's what I'm gonna call them. That's what they were, even though that's not what we were called back in the day, back in the early 2000s, when fans went online. My first website was Richard's DBZ homepage on AOL. That was my first website. My first homepage, and then my first official website where it was called xfiresystems.com. And I had an entire section of that site was basically all about Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball GT at the time. And then I ended up making another website called Dragon Ball Millennia.com, which was just it just basically branched off from that. And I even, like, early 2006, I had made I made a new website called DragonBallF.com, and that actually took off until things happened. And then, because that site took off and it was so popular among the community at the time, as small as it was back then, for me anyways, I ended up getting in contact, and I was also already on Major Planet, MajorPlanet.net back then, but I was already, like, on their forums and stuff like that, communicating with people and talking with people. And the website owner at the time was stepping away from the website and wanted to keep the site up. And since my site, Dragon Ball F, had gone down, and he had seen my other site, which was xfiresystems.com, which then became BansheeForce.net, before I merged it all together into MajorPlanet.com. But in 2005, he on AOL Messenger, he was like, "Hey man, you're really good. You're a really good web designer. You're a really good talker. You're really good interacting with people, and you have a lot of passion." And I'm stepping away because I've got all this personal stuff going on. And he offered me, dude, I wanted to take over and be the webmaster of the site. And I made him a promise. That I would always keep the website open. Even if I decided to move on myself, I would maintain the site and keep the spirit alive. And I feel like it's been 15 years now since this year is the 25th anniversary for Majin Planet. The website opened December 13th, 1999. Like, that's crazy, guys. And none of all the people that I've met online, people that I've met at my job, people that I've met outside of my job, just in person, none of that would have happened if he had not taken a simple story, Journey to the West. Because that's what Dragon Ball is based off of. It's based off Journey to the West. Goku is based off the Monkey King. Bulma is actually based off the monk with the 7 scrolls. The 7 scrolls are the Dragon Balls. The Demon King in that is King Piccolo, the shape-shifting little creature, I think it was called. That's Ulan. And then there's the warrior, the Wandering Warrior, I believe. That would be Yamcha. I mean, obviously, a lot of the other stuff like this, like Vegeta, Frieza, Cell, and on the end, all that was like just crazy stuff later. But the basis of what Dragon Ball was Journey to the West. And had Akira Toriyama not taken that story way back in 1980, I think it was 1982 or something like that. I was born, like 83 or something like that, and had not started his journey to try to become a manga creator, and all the failures that he'd done until he did Dr. Slump and all that stuff, and then then Dragon Quest, and then Dragon Ball. I mean, this wouldn't exist, guys. I mean, I would still be here, and it would probably, I don't know if I would have become a website creator or web designer in the late 1996, 97 was when I opened up my first homepage on AOL. It was like 97, 96, 97. So none of that would have happened. And I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of you out there that wouldn't be where you are right now. And I've heard the stories. Hell, my ex used to tell me that her life growing up was terrible, and she'd come home and she'd watch Dragon Ball Z on television. And that's kept her sane. So I'm sure there's lots of people out there that would have similar stories, and I would like to know in the comments down below what is your Dragon Ball moment? What was the moment for you that signified your life that you can go, yep, that's because of Dragon Ball. Like, my life is where I'm at right now, physically, mentally. There are people that work out like crazy to get swole because they want to become Super Saiyans. I'm sorry, every single guy, and I'm sure some girls out there, we all at one time stood outside, got into that pose, and started just started screaming, "Go Super Saiyan!" Why not, right? So I don't want this video to be depressing, even though this is a very depressing thing. I want this to be positive. Tell me in the comments what's your Dragon Ball story. I want to start it off with that. What is your Dragon Ball story? Let me know in the comments down below. And I really appreciate you guys for watching this video. This video is gonna be, I'm just gonna upload this. There's gonna be some mistakes, and I'm just gonna upload this straight to YouTube from my phone. I'm not even gonna bother editing it. There's no point, because I want you guys to see the raw emotion and how I feel, and just, I don't want to try to edit it and make it make it a good video, because I'm not making this video for clicks. I'm not making this video for views. I just want to be able to express myself and how it made me feel coming home from school every day and getting on the computer and searching on like Bing or like Yahoo at the time, or Netscape. This is all before Google, mind you. And searching online, trying to find Dragon Ball content, images, and then like the famous Super Saiyan 5, which I actually wrote an article about that on. I have written several articles on MyJaPlanet.com about Dragon Ball, so it's not like I never covered Dragon Ball. I just never really posted anything on the YouTube channel side of it, but on the website I have plenty of content for Dragon Ball, and I've got a lot of archived stuff that I'm slowly been bringing back online, since the site's moved host a couple times, and a couple times I've had issues where the whole site's gone down and I've had to start over from scratch. But I'm sad, man. I'm just like, this sucks. This sucks, because there's so much that I'm sure that he had planned, and unless he wrote it down or told somebody, we ain't never gonna see it. It's gone. It's lost. So I will leave this. If there's something you want to do in your life, doesn't matter how stupid you might think it is up here, just do it. Just do it. If you want to create something, you want to write something, you want to sing something, you want to do something, do it. Because you never know when your time's going to come. You know, I made this YouTube channel because I had something I wanted to share with the world. And it was never really about, oh, I want to get 1 million subscribers and make a lot of money. Like, I could, honestly, guys, I could care less if I made money from this channel, like, or the website. Like, it would be awesome, cool. Of course, being able to do every day what you love to do and get paid to do it, that's, of course, that's an awesome feeling, you know. But I don't know if I could do this full time. I think I'd go insane. I think it would be that situation where I would start to hate actually what I'm doing. But being able to do it on my own schedule and do it at my own time and not be pressured that I have to maintain an audience, I like that. I like that feeling. But this is just, and I'll throw a couple things out there because I just know a lot of you have probably already watched all the bigger YouTube channels make videos about this, but I just, man, it sucks. It sucks hard. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I just be safe out there, guys, and take care of yourselves. That's all I can say. This, if anything, like, just take care of yourself. Take care of your body, take care of your mind, take care of all those around you. And if you've got something out there you want to create, even if you're afraid to share it with the world, write it down somewhere. Just save it. Write it down, record it on a microphone, video it. Because you never know, you might be the next Dragon Ball creator. You know, this is how it goes, guys. But thank you guys so much for watching today. And Akira Toriyama, thank you very much for everything you did, for the world, for me, through your manga and the anime and everything that you've brought. And as always, guys,